In the year 2150, humans had successfully colonized multiple planets in the Milky Way galaxy. Earth was no longer the only home for humans, and many people had left the planet in search of new opportunities and adventures. One such colony was located on a planet called Nova Terra. Nova Terra was a rocky, barren planet with a thin atmosphere, but it had a stable orbit and was close enough to a nearby star to support life. Humans had terraformed the planet, creating artificial lakes, forests, and cities. The planet's main city was called New Eden. New Eden was a bustling metropolis, with skyscrapers and parks, where people from all over the galaxy came to live and work. The city had a diverse population, with humans from different countries, as well as aliens from other planets. The colonists on Nova Terra had created a sustainable way of life, relying on renewable energy and recycling everything. They had also built an advanced transportation system, connecting different parts of the planet and other colonies in the galaxy. As the years went by, more and more humans left Earth and settled on other planets. The galaxy became a network of interconnected colonies, where people from different worlds worked together to explore new frontiers and build a better future for humanity. The colonies in the galaxy were not without their challenges, however. Distance and communication lag made it difficult to coordinate efforts between different colonies, and resources had to be carefully managed and distributed to prevent conflict. But the colonists were resourceful and resilient. They learned to adapt to the unique environments of their planets, and they worked together to share knowledge and technology. They also formed alliances and trade agreements, creating a network of interdependent communities. Over time, the colonies in the galaxy became more than just settlements. They developed their own cultures, languages, and traditions, while still maintaining their ties to the larger human civilization. The galaxy had become a tapestry of diversity and innovation, with each colony contributing to the greater whole. As humans continued to explore and settle on new planets, they faced new challenges and opportunities. They discovered new resources, encountered new life forms, and expanded their understanding of the universe. But through it all, they remained connected by their shared humanity and their desire to build a better future for themselves and for generations to come. The journey of humanity beyond Earth had just begun, and the possibilities were endless. Among the colonists was a young man named Alex, who possessed an extraordinary intellect and an unshakable sense of calmness in the face of adversity. Alex had been genetically enhanced before birth to increase his cognitive abilities, and he had been trained rigorously in various fields of science and engineering. He was a polymath with a keen strategic mind, capable of quickly analyzing complex problems and devising solutions. Despite his remarkable intelligence, Alex remained humble and composed, never allowing his emotions to cloud his judgment. He was a leader among the colonists, respected for his intelligence, courage, and innovative spirit. Alex had been assigned to a challenging colony on a harsh desert planet called Helios, where the colonists struggled to survive against extreme temperatures and frequent sandstorms. Alex used his engineering expertise to design and construct new structures that could withstand the sandstorms, and he developed a new method of extracting water from the planet's atmosphere to ensure the colonists had a reliable source of water. As the years went by, Alex continued to make groundbreaking contributions to the colony, developing new technologies to increase food production, building advanced medical facilities, and establishing communication and transportation networks. Alex's achievements garnered him a legendary reputation throughout the galaxy, inspiring new generations of colonists to reach for the stars and explore new frontiers. But Alex was not content with simply pursuing his own research. He had a burning desire to use his talents to make a real difference in the world, to help people and solve pressing problems. That's what led him to the Helios colony. The harsh desert planet presented a host of challenges, from extreme temperatures to frequent sandstorms to a lack of water and resources. But Alex saw an opportunity to apply his knowledge and skills to create a thriving, sustainable community. The first few years on Helios were difficult. The colonists struggled to adapt to the harsh environment, and many of them fell ill or died from dehydration and heat stroke. But Alex was undaunted. He worked tirelessly to develop new technologies and systems to help the colonists survive and thrive. One of his most important innovations was a new method of extracting water from the planet's atmosphere. He used his expertise in nanotechnology to create a series of devices that could capture and filter water molecules, providing a reliable source of hydration for the colonists. Over time, Alex's reputation as a brilliant and innovative leader grew. He attracted a team of talented scientists, engineers, and builders who worked with him to create new structures, develop new food sources, and establish communication and transportation networks. But their peaceful existence was threatened by the emergence of Victor's colony. Victor was a cunning and ruthless leader who saw Alex and his people as a threat to his own power. He began launching a series of brutal attacks on the Aelios colony, destroying buildings, killing people, and causing chaos and fear. Alex knew that he had to act quickly and decisively to protect his people. He assembled a team of his best scientists and engineers, and they began working on a new weapon, one that would neutralize Victor's forces without causing undue harm to innocent bystanders. For months, Alex and his team worked tirelessly on the new weapon. They tested and refined it, running countless simulations and experiments to ensure that it would be effective and safe. Finally, the day of the battle arrived. Alex led his forces into the field, armed with the new weapon. Victor's forces were caught off guard, and many of them were quickly neutralized by the weapon's unique capabilities. But the battle was not won yet. Victor himself emerged, leading a small group of elite soldiers. He was a formidable opponent, and the fight was fierce and brutal. In the chaos of the battle, Alex suffered a great personal loss. His wife, a brilliant scientist and dear friend, was killed in the crossfire. Alex was devastated, but he did not give up. Instead, he channeled his grief into a fierce determination to defeat Victor and protect his people. In the end, Alex emerged victorious. He had defeated Victor's forces, protected his people, and avenged his wife's death. The Aelios colony was safe once again. But the battle had taken a toll on Alex. He was racked with guilt and grief, haunted by memories of his wife and the loss of so many lives. For months. As Alex struggled with his grief, a strange and unprecedented event occurred. The sky above Aelios began to glow with an intense, otherworldly light. At first, the colonists were afraid, unsure of what was happening. But as the light intensified, they felt a strange sense of peace and awe. As the light continued to shine, a miraculous anomaly began to form in the sky. It was a swirling vortex of energy and light, unlike anything anyone had ever seen before. The colonists watched in amazement as the vortex grew larger and more powerful, radiating a sense of peace and tranquility. As the vortex reached its full power, a voice spoke to the colonists. It was a gentle, wise voice, full of compassion and love. The voice spoke of the beauty and potential of life, of the need to care for and protect one another, and of the power of hope and faith. The colonists were overwhelmed by the experience, and many fell to their knees in gratitude and wonder. For Alex, it was a moment of profound realization. He saw that his grief and pain were only a small part of the vast, interconnected universe, and that his work on Aelios was just a small piece of a much larger puzzle. With a renewed sense of purpose and energy, Alex set to work on a new project. He gathered the brightest minds from both colonies, and they worked together to create a new, sustainable ecosystem that would benefit both Aelios and Victor's colony. Their efforts were wildly successful. Within months, the two colonies had merged into one, a shining example of cooperation and innovation. The new ecosystem provided ample food, water, and resources for all, and the colonists worked together to explore the planet, discover new species, and unlock the secrets of the universe. As time passed, the miraculous anomaly became a part of the fabric of their lives. It continued to radiate its energy and wisdom, inspiring the colonists to new heights of creativity, innovation, and compassion. Years later, as Alex looked back on his life and his work on Aelios, he knew that it had all been worth it. The struggles and the losses had been necessary steps on the path to a greater understanding and a greater purpose. And the miraculous anomaly, with its infinite wisdom and boundless love, had shown him that anything was possible, if only he had faith and hope. As Alex reflected on his life's work and the miraculous anomaly that had changed the course of his journey on Aelios, he suddenly found himself waking up in a strange, sterile room. He looked around, disoriented, and realized that he was not on Aelios, but back on Earth. Confused and frightened, Alex stumbled out of the room and into a vast, bustling city. But as he looked around, he realized that everything was different. The buildings, the people, the technology, it was all far more advanced than anything he had ever seen before. As he wandered the streets, trying to make sense of what was happening, a voice spoke to him. It was the same gentle, wise voice that had spoken to him on Aelios. But now, the voice was telling him something different. It was telling him that his entire life on Aelios had been a simulation, a virtual reality program created by a future world on Earth. Alex was stunned. Everything he had experienced on Aelios, all the struggles and triumphs, the losses and the gains, had been nothing but a computer program. But as he began to come to terms with this new reality, he realized that the lessons he had learned on Aelios were still valuable. The sense of purpose and connection he had felt, the deep understanding of the universe and the interconnectedness of all things, those were still real. With a renewed sense of purpose, Alex set out to explore this new world, to learn everything he could about the technology and the people who had created it. He found that the world was full of wonder and mystery, and that there were endless possibilities for growth and exploration. As he delved deeper into this new reality, Alex discovered that the world he had left behind on Aelios was not gone, but was still waiting for him. The people he had loved and lost, the struggles he had faced, the beauty and the danger of that distant planet, they were all still alive within him, a part of his journey in this new world. And so, Alex continued to explore and grow, taking the lessons he had learned on Aelios and applying them to this new, miraculous world. For him, the line between reality and simulation had become blurred, and he knew that anything was possible, if only he had faith and hope.